The ESRB has rated Planet Zoo E10 Plus for crude humor, mild blood, and mild violence. It has been approved for everyone aged 10 and over. Hey there, folks. Welcome back to the zoo. This is Jack. How you doing? I'm doing all right. My sinus thing is still going on, unfortunately, so you probably hear me cough. It has been aggravated by the weather down here and, just general conditions. It's a bitch, but what can I do, right? Really, right? So anyway, I know I said in the last episode that I was going to be adding the African porcupine, but it turns out I'm going to be adding the Dama gazelle, which, hey, let's go ahead and trade him out. There we go. Boom. Oh, no, wait, we get a bonus. All right, good. And so anyway, the Dama gazelle is an antelope that lives in the desert regions of the African continent. And as I'm beginning to move into desert animals, I decided to just start with that one, and we're going to give them this big, huge open area. And that's what we're going to be working on this episode. As you can see, I already put a building in their situation, started off, noted where the barriers are, and so on. Have not yet done any other detailing, and we're going to go ahead and get that started. Now, the first thing I wanted to do, excuse me. Like I said, the weather is causing me to phlegm up, and I'll be brutally honest, part of it's my fault because I had myself a milkshake. I don't get treats like that very often, so I take advantage when I'm offered them, and I got a milkshake. And of course, milkshakes are unfortunately one of the most phlegm-producing things you can ever eat. They will give you entire noses full of phlegm just because of their ice cream. Okay. I don't know exactly what the Dama gazelle's landscape preferences are. They probably don't need it. I mean, for all the game makers talk about how, making the environment fit the animal. I've been to zoos. There's a zoo here in Florida which had a Bengal tiger existing quite peacefully and easily among the scrub oaks and palmettos of native Florida wildlife. The Bengal tiger just did not care one that he wasn't being surrounded by Asian plants and animals. He didn't care. Okay, let's get this. That's not the fence I wanted. So let's go ahead and dump that. I am, of course, following what I said last episode about the theming. Still applies this time, which is why I've got the theme building already in place, and I'm going to be putting in the fence. I did put the right fence. I put the themed fence in front of the giraffe habitat, but I haven't themed the building yet. I saw something very interesting about meerkats the other day. They can be affectionate and friendly animals, but when they're not being friendly, they can be vicious and dangerous. Because they're capable, they are quite capable of biting your fingers off. And people think, oh, hey, it's this little cute little, it's Timon from The Lion King. And they don't think about the fact that Timon is a predator. They just see the cutesy. It's like, my own favorite animal. I've mentioned it several times. The blue penguin. It's a predator. It's a cute predator, but it's a predator. Eats its weight in fish all day. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And, some people, I have to admit, have to be reminded that, oh, that cute little animal is actually, everybody loves their house cat until they drop a partially chewed on dead rat or a bird onto their floor. And that's when you suddenly realize that Mr. Jingles is a killer. And it's not just the cute animals. Sometimes it's the goofy looking animals that no one ever suspects. I remember the first time I watched a pelican. You've seen pelicans. I mean, pelicans at the beach. They're little goofy looking. Sure, they eat fish, but you don't think about the fact that they are a hunter. They are a predator. And I watched this pelican snatch a pigeon right out of the air. Swallowed it down in one gulp. And you're like, holy shit, You expect them to eat fish because they're seabird. And for some reason, fish don't rate on the cute meter. So nobody goes, it's all part of the plan, as the Joker would say, that a pelican would eat a fish. But you don't think about them eating other birds. But they do. Dum da dum. Dum da dum dum. Dum da dum dum. Dum da dum dum. Ethan's about to die of old age. Oh no, poor Ethan. Hold on just a second, guys. Okay, Ethan has died. Rest in peace, poor Ethan. Do I have another aardvark in trade? I don't think I do. So the last one was a male, and the first one we had was a female. This one's also going to be female. One aardvark at a time. Excuse me. Where'd I go? Where did I? Oh, I'm over here. Okay. But the other cool thing that I saw recently was a video about a chimpanzee that had been trained. It had been taught and trained to roast its own marshmallows. First, it would make a fire. Then it would put the marshmallows on the stick. And it would cook the marshmallows and eat the marshmallows without any human participation in the process beyond giving the chimpanzee what it needed to roast some marshmallows. And I'm thinking about that and going, that chimpanzee has entered the Stone Age. I am convinced, I have become convinced that chimpanzees are people. They're not humans. I'm not saying they're humans, but I'm saying that is a person. That is not an animal. That is not an unthinking animal. That is a person with its own ideas and thoughts, and they're remarkable to me. These beasts. Beast. That's my own human prejudices talking again. Now, granted, the chimpanzee is never, as a species, the chimpanzee is never going to reach the level that we're at. We won't let them. You know, the entire Planet of the Apes scenario, there's a reason the modern version of it starts off with the human population being wiped out by a plague. It's because the humans would not let the chimpanzees become a threat. And there's billions of us and only a few tens of thousands of them. And there's no way we would ever allow it. We just wouldn't. Okay, the fences are up. And it is raining, so. Okay, here we go. I have 6 damigazelles, 1 male, 5 females. What? Is the barrier not all the way? Oh, the barrier is now all the way around. Okay, yeah. I will handle that right quick. Excuse me. All right, sorry about that. I decided to temporarily mute the microphone rather than assault you with my coughing fit. And at this point, I'm coughing more because my throat's scratchy than because of the phlegm. Now let's give it a try. Dama. Gazelles. And let's see. The veterinarian is going to examine them every month. The mechanic is going to check things every month. And the keeper is going to feed them every month. Let's see, species. Damigzell. Turn off the blueprints. Well, they're majestic looking, aren't they? Okay, let's see. Too much short grass, too much long grass, not enough soil, not enough sand. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is a desert species after all. Okay. I put down food and water. Antelope love grab balls, so let's give them a couple. And a feeder ball. A hanging grazer. A rubbing post. Scarecrow feeder. Sure, we'll add one of those. I'm going to put him over here at the end. What else? We got scratching tree, scotch pine, scratching tree, tamarind. I don't want to add either of those, but I will add the barrel feeder. Okay, terrain's good. Toys are good. Doesn't need more plants. The plants that came along to decorate the toys are apparently enough for it. That's kind of cool. Makes it easy. Coverage is at 9%, but 9% is acceptable. So we need some hard shelter. Now for the hard shelter, I'm going to reach back to this brilliant creation that I made to give my Nyala antelope a little cover. Okay, the hard shelter problem is no longer a problem. Okay, let's check on the springbok because that's the second time we got an alert about them. He's alpha male, but you know he's the son of one of these older females. So we're going to go ahead and release the younger ones to the wild. And there goes our rhinoceros. We'll get a new female and a new male. Wish them all the best of luck. And we are going to come in here. It won't let me make them more often than once a month, but those rhinos can poop a lot a month. Okay, let's go back to our damagazelle habitat. We pretty much have the damagazelles finished. There's really only one thing I need to do right now. Well, two things, but you know, this is the most glaring. Okay. Seven F6000. Seven F6000. Okay, and now I need the externals. We'll start with the donation bins and the information boxes. Dama Gazelle. Okay, facilities, guest facilities, financial, and we'll just put a donation barrel right there. Bravo. Well done. No inbreeding lemurs. Dama gazelle talk. Gazelle doesn't have K's in it, buddy. Much better. Okay, what else is needed? What else is needed? I don't think there is anything else that's needed. They're pretty much done. You find a custodian. All right. It looks like this is a done deal. Our Dama gazelle habitat is a bit of a done deal. Now, Scimitar oryx can fit in here, huh? Along with the addax. African spurred tortoise, dromedary camel. Thirsty. Thirsty, it says. Okay, that water supply is inaccessible. Now it's accessible. But just in case, I'll duplicate it and bring it over here. Somebody's having babies. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Okay, here we go. It looks good. It looks good. The guests seem to like it. Giving a roaming talk about the Dama gazelle. Okay. Now, I do intend to add the African porcupine to the, in the next episode. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I got a big area here that I was thinking about using for camels, but I can also space it out among this area. So we will see. But that is what I'm going to do in the next episode. This episode's basically finished. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. I'm sorry about not having this out on time, but my schedule has just completely been blown by what's going on with my health right now. I'm doing my best to bring it back to a stable schedule, and I apologize if I'm not quite successful at doing that. Hope you keep watching. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you in the next episode, guys. Bye-bye. You could be a part of it. There's a revolution, you could be the start of it. Better get a move on while there's still a chance of it. If there's no improvement, this could be the last of it. Nature was a haven, now we need saving. No more conversation, time for cultivation. We all got a part to do to help the world pull through. But you gotta build a zoo. This is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. The forest protected shall prosper, the forest neglected shall die. You've an aptitude to change attitudes, cause we have to prove it. That planet to grab your shovel. There's work to do, the world's in trouble. You gotta build a zoo.